The American business magazine's Forbes just released an article with the top 5 high-paying entry-level tech jobs. We're gonna go over this list, break it all down, and see what jobs they mention, as well as how to actually get these jobs and which ones are kind of overrated and which ones are worth going for. It's important that we go through this article and kind of verify their claims. Now, the first thing they say is that many entry-level tech jobs offer excellent salaries and growth potential, and I would agree. Tech is one of the highest paying fields with lots of new opportunities, and next they say that even without prior experience, you can do these things. And that is true, but it depends on the job. The first job that they mention is going to be a software engineer. And here's where I don't agree with Forbes at all. Software engineers are basically the people building the software and for all applications that we use today. And Forbes claims that entry-level software engineers are just expected to have, strong technical skills, some relevant experience, and the ability to work collaboratively. But what they don't mention is how competitive it is. And yeah, technically, you would only have to have some basic skills to get an entry-level software engineering role. But when there are 1,000 other candidates competing for the same position, they're gonna hire the one with most experience, right? So here, Forbes and I don't agree. Yes, they're gonna be entry-level skills, but entry-level jobs require more than that to compete with the rest and actually get hired. Number 2 on the list is a junior project manager. And this one is actually really interesting. They're mentioning it as being kind of a tech job, and it's true. Because while you as a project manager can work in many different fields, from construction projects to medical projects, you can also work in tech. And if you're working in tech, you're going to be getting some of the highest salaries for the project management role. Now, Forbes claims that although it's not mandatory to have a background and working knowledge of tech and software, it's going to be very helpful to get an interview. And here I agree. If you have a basic understanding of, for example, some programming, you have an understanding of software, or you just understand technology and computers, coming from kind of an IT role, you will be able to manage these types of projects much more efficiently, and therefore they'll be more likely to hire somebody like you. Now, you'll still need the project management foundations, and if you do have some background in business or management, that's going to be very helpful, but it's one of those roles that you can actually start without experience if you take it slow. The base salary, according to Indeed, is around $64,000 per year, but you can also make a lot more money, especially if you get senior or you're focusing on tech companies. The top tech companies pay way more than that. Now, number 3 is going to be the tech sales engineer. And I've mentioned tech sales on the channel before because it's actually a fantastic role. And here you don't need any experience, and your job is basically to sell technology solutions to companies. You'll just need an understanding of the product that you're selling. And often it's going to be some kind of software program for companies, and then you'll need some sales skills to basically talk to your clients and sell your product to them. The great thing here, compared to some other roles like just calling people on the phone, is that you're not really a sleazy salesperson. You're actually selling something that they need, something that can help them, not just like some random item. And you can actually learn these sales skills very, very quickly. Now, according to Indeed, tech sales engineers earn on average around $84,000 per year as a base salary. But again, if you work for top companies or if you're a successful salesperson, you can make a lot more money because commissions are actually usually included in this job. So when you make a sale, you'll get a piece of it. So more sales means that your income is basically unlimited. Now, to learn more about tech sales, I'm going to leave a link to a free masterclass down below from our long-term partner Course Careers. And they've literally helped a ton of people break into tech sales from zero with hundreds of testimonials. For example, Dayla was able to get a remote position making over $100K per year in her first job after taking their program. And even though it sounds too good to be true, it definitely does, it's really one of those untapped opportunities right now, so check the link below in the description for the free training. Alright, moving on to number 4 on the list, which is the DevOps engineer. And DevOps is basically a field where you kind of help the software development team and the operations team work together. And you're kind of like the bridge between these teams, making sure that everything runs smoothly and that they don't freak out and attack each other. Alright, maybe it's not that bad usually, but for the teams to achieve success, they need to work together, and that's where you come in. DevOps engineers also make really good money at around $85,000 per year on the entry-level side. But here's where I kind of need to argue with Forbes a little bit. They do claim that while there's no single path to DevOps, having a background in IT operations, sysadmin, or network engineering provides a solid foundation to become a DevOps engineer. And also, familiarity with scripting languages and configuration management tools is absolutely essential, as well as understanding some cloud platforms like AWS or Microsoft Azure. But what I don't like here is that they really just sneak in the fact that it really helps if you have an extensive background in IT. Wasn't it supposed to be an entry-level job, Forbes? Now, the actual skills are learnable, and you can do this without experience, but it's really not an easy job to get by any means, and it's going to require significant time and effort. Now, I also made a DevOps roadmap, which you can check out after this video, because the final one on the list is actually a deal breaker. Number 5 is going to be the data analyst, and I talk about this a lot on the channel, so we're in for a treat here. And data analyst is definitely an entry-level job, and according to Indeed, the salary is around $87,000 per year on average, but this is going to vary a lot as well. And the problem here is not the actual skills themselves, because while the skills are not too hard to learn, there's a lot of competition for that reason. Except for tech sales, this is probably the easiest role when it comes to learning the skills. But when there's so much competition, because this job has been immensely promoted everywhere, it's going to be hard. If you're really dedicated to it, then it's a great opportunity. But if you just want to get an entry-level job fast, I don't think that you necessarily should become a data analyst if you haven't considered it thoroughly. And I'm saying this as somebody that's made a lot of videos about data analytics and partnered with companies to talk about it. And I think if you just want to get a job with a good salary where you can work remotely as fast as possible, then you must consider the job market and other things as well. I hope I was able to give some additional comments and helpful things to the list by Forbes. And if you want me to make more videos like this, please drop a comment below and also check out this video somewhere on the screen because the YouTube algorithm thinks that you will like it. And I'll see you over there.